I was reading Tom Sawyer on the floor, and she came up behind me and said, "We're related to him, you know." And I said, "We're related to Tom Sawyer?" And she said, "No, we're related to Mark Twain, and his name is Samuel Clemens." And I was extremely disappointed because I would really like to have been related to Tom Sawyer. My name's Susan Madeline Bailey, and when I was 8 years old, I was told I was related to Mark Twain. I've spent most of my life trying to find out. I've also spent most of my life trying to find out who my mother is. And now those two searches have come together, and I've discovered that I'm actually related to Mark Twain because he's my great-grandfather. And my mother is his granddaughter, Nina Clemens Gabrilowicz. When I was born, she was 27 years old. I was born in Europe during the Second World War. Believe that she went over there at the urging of her mother, Clara Clemens, who is my grandmother, but I had been told when I was a child to call her Aunt Clara. I didn't know she was my grandmother. To give birth to me over there and leave me over there. And that is what they did. They left me over there. I have almost 1,000 pages of diary she wrote from the time she was 10 years old until she was about 33 or 34 years old. And I always wanted to know my mother, and now I've read her diaries. I feel I know my mother very well. I'm very proud, you know, that he's my great-grandfather and he was such a literary giant. I'm proud of that. But when I think of my family, I hardly ever think of him. I think of Nina, and I think of Clara. I especially think of Clara because I knew Clara. And I didn't know she was my grandmother, but I have very good memories of Clara. And so I think of them as my family, and even Asap, who was my grandfather that I never met. I definitely think of those three more of my family than I do Mark Twain, and possibly it's because he is such a giant that sometimes I just can't wrap my head around this. It's difficult.